to pilot the early and mid game, especially. Obviously does have some gank set up with Untara up there in top lane, twisting advance with Safeguard on Lee Sin to get on top of the gangplank, but Azir is going to be fine as a standalone against the Akali, and that puts a lot of pressure on LM. Teddy and Effort down in bottom lane should be able to fare well on their own, but I'm looking forward to this.
Why they would have gone for that pick. Maybe Tarzan can pull off an epic early game, which we have seen before here in the LCK, as we are going to hop straight onto the Rift here. As, is that Lethal Tempo? Lethal Tempo Akali for Faker.
Alright. I don't know if that's actually a rune error or if it is intentional. And maybe he's taking the
stats, but he's trying to change. Really trying to change the story now, as they're going for a big dive in the bottom side. TP immediately comes in as a big knockup now on top of both of them in the bottom side. Irobe will be going down. The flash forward by Teddy, maybe a little bit too rambunctious there, as they get the kill with the TP. The dive fails, and they're
a little bit sooner, especially given its initial long cooldown, is something that you wouldn't mind all that much. Again, though, Dragon is a bit lackluster. As the game does continue to go on, it will worse. There we go.
Look at that engage out of this guy. He still has his flash as well. The double knockup comes in from LM as well. And now they're all on the run. The Cataclysm going to come in. So many flashes already burned. As now here comes Faker. Lethal Tempo gonna drop. He's got those autos going. Literally just one auto. But at the end of the day, it is going to be the 4 kills for T1 in the trade.
Well, it's going to be the 4 kills going over to T1. Faker now at 2 kills. Teddy is absolutely massive. 100% KP right now down in bot lane. LM on this Jarvan also having a really good showing here, as T1 now, I mean, he's sitting pretty up there in top lane. He has the call. He has 3 assists on him right now. They're going to pick up the Cloud Dragon. LM
all the kills, but he's actually the one setting everything up.
Yeah. As right now, I mean, Effort just rotated over to the left-hand side. They pick up the Rift Herald. And now they're in mid lane. Teddy and Effort just, I guess, staying in mid as they lane swapped with Faker temporarily. Unsure if they're actually going to go back down into bottom, as it looks like they're rotating to try to follow UCal and then maybe just dive him. He does have the exhaust available, but he's not going to be long for this world if he does end up stepping up. And I don't even know... Alright, he does not seem to...
Oh boy. Well, there's going to be the Cannon Barrage, as well as the Fate's Call. Exhaust, my good friend, will do absolutely nothing to save you there. You were already dead. And down he does go. Teddy able to join up here with Faker, taking down the turret, as T1 just stacked their piles of cash.
Following the lane swap, looks like he might even get first turret of the game. Top lane has quite literally just been an island, where Gangplank just keeps pressing R, getting assists, farming up his call. And the reason that Khan is backing off right now is because they don't have any awareness of exactly where Lee Sin is. So, respecting the fact that he could end up getting dived, so he gives up a minion wave. He knows it's not the end of the world if he ends up missing it. Meanwhile, Faker down in bot lane did get the first turret of the game. Is level 9. UCal is still level 8. Kana finally going to make his way up into top. Not sure if Untara is going to get one more turret plate. I think he did. Although I didn't see the gold go above.
Saw the Maokai in the bottom side. Everybody's kind of going back. Azir is down the lane, as now everything is just being taken away from them. The whole jungle. They have vision of the their red side jungle at least, but that's about it in terms of what they own on this map right now.
Yeah, I mean, top lane hasn't been able to do anything. Even when Maokai will start showing up, nothing is really going to occur. This is really akin to game number 1 and game number 2, to where now the game has entered that. That's when it's over.
Okay,
that's
Teddy,
when
you're in a little bit of trouble. Never mind. Exhaust had to go down onto Faker, though. I'm not sure exactly why. He didn't use ultimate or flash or much of anything. Did a bit of damage.
Well, Repel does go off in mid lane. It is going to get a second charge onto the mid-tier 2 turret as they make their way over to the Mountain Dragon. LM just going to solo that up really quick, as it seems like T1 are completely content to just wait for more items, wait for the map state to just be super favorable, or for Griffin to just eventually donk it off.
Wait for the map state to be super flavorful.
Favorable.
What flavor do you think a Mountain Soul Rift is?
Coffee. What about, is it sherbet?
Sherbet? Yeah, I suppose it could be like raspberry sherbet or something.
Yeah.
Tara's gonna die here. It doesn't look like anyone on his team is looking to help him, as Ellen is going to be able to get out there at the end. And yeah, that was our bit of action, you know, just to spice up the podcast. So, yeah, I don't know. Sherbet or... I don't know if there is
I can't think
kind of red colored ice cream.
I guess apple. Like apple cherry? Oh,
yeah.
cherry!
Cherry!
Okay,
oh,
yeah. Okay.
There we
cherry.
go.
There we go. Thank
Cherry's
you.
on.
And this is honestly looking like a perfect game, Valdez.
They're gonna kill him again.
It's been a while since we've had one.
What happened to no bully? I thought. Is he? No, he's gonna. Yeah. Well, they're bullying him pretty hard, and now Kana in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna get exhausted. Flashes over the wall. There's a little bit of a game of chicken there. Tarzan really not able to do much, honestly. He still has his kick flash available, and he is going to go for it now, trying to line up the damage. Does he have it? Yes, he does. Tarzan will survive in the end. The kind of barrage not able to help him out, but that took 2 people just to kill him up there. And that means that they will be able to push in the mid-turret.
Gold lead has been extended to 9,000 gold, and this is obviously a byproduct of just the ping-ponging of the waves. Because of the position T1's in, they do occasionally get jungle camps up, as well as scuttle crabs.
Yeah, it is going to be soul point here in favor of T1, but they're not grouping up for it right now. TPs are coming in. The teleport from Kana. Take a look at Effort's positioning right now. We get the zoom out. Thanks, Jonah Strong. Effort in an awkward spot. His team isn't backing him up. Finally, they're going to come on in here. He's taking a lot of damage, but he is the Alistar. He's actually going to get away with basically no health. There is the Emperor's Divide. Certainly going to try to help defend against this onslaught from the side of T1, but it's not going to do too much, as a 2-for-1 will come here in favor of T1.
And that's going to result in them getting the Mountain Soul, I believe. They have the Callista Ren, so it's not even like they need to be worried about if Tarzan is somewhere in close proximity. Teddy should be able to outsmite it. You can see Effort posturing in a manner that would allow him to maybe try to interact with the Lee Sin.
I don't see why not. We talked about this before with Callista Azir. They don't have Callista Azir this time, but they do have Callista. And they say, okay, we'll just back away, as Faker was trying to pressure in the lane at the same time.
And T1 starting up there. So many Ren stacks in that Baron right now. I really wish we could see how many. They're going to actually just turn.
Yeah, they're just going for the play here. I'm not sure if they exactly had to. It seems like they didn't want to get funneled into the pit. They wanted to be proactive about how they engage, but this does mean the Ren stacks are going to fall, and it will mean that T1 has to back away from this objective, although they're not going to give up on it entirely just yet.
Faker in mid, just shoving that wave in. It is going to draw Viper back into mid lane. Tarzan in close proximity, but don't imagine a world where he should be able to steal this away. Again,
Stacks.
all of those Ren stacks in the Baron right now. I think they're going to turn off it again.
Yeah, they're just going for it. Big Cataclysm into the back line, and huge damage on the follow-up coming out from Teddy and Faker, able to just wipe the floor with them. Thought it would be the Emperor's Divide that did it, but actually the real sweeper was just the damage coming out of T1. 15-2, there's the ace, clean as a whistle, as now they're going to push down top lane and try to end this one.
Yeah, and so they have the minion wave up in top, 18 seconds on Tarzan, 5 seconds on Irove right now, so there's no chance. I thought that at least they would get the top inhibitor before falling back. Faker obviously down at the bottom lane. It's a little surprising. So what they're wanting to do is immediately go over to the river and try to burst this before Lee Sin would just be able to run over, whereas if they spend time getting the inhibitor, they would have to reset first. So they're prioritizing getting the Baron and then resetting, rather than resetting, doing the Baron, and doing the same fork play that they just did moments prior, where they start the Baron, demand Griffin come in.
Before that does happen, there's still a minute and 20 seconds. They have the Baron. They're looking to push down mid and bot, it looks like. Tarzan looking for a potential play there onto Faker, not going to line up. There's a very open inhibitor going to come on down here. Baroned up minions, as Effort's going to be hit by the Chain of Corruption, but that's not going to do too much. Viper getting hit by the barrel is going to do a lot more. He's going to have to back out of this fight. Effort looking for the engage, and they're just going to go for it as Gangplank going to open it up, gets the 2 kills. UCal just trying to get him into the pit, and he is actually going to be able to. Faker, though, with a double kill on the fountain, will be going down in the end, but it does not matter. Teddy looking for that one last kill. Not quite going to grab it here, but T1 absolutely going to grab this series in the 2-1 victory over Griffin, as hitting that Nexus with no blade for Untara. We know these players, they're going to pick up the kill, and now they will take down the Nexus.
So that is going to be the final endgame score, 4-20 in favor of T1. Not quite the perfect game, but it didn't matter. It was